Okay, so we are recording. Nicole, do you know how to unmute yourself?
Did that work?
Yes, it did. There you are.
Yay!
There is Nicole Combs, and we are going to ask her a few questions first. So Nicole, tell me when you started your business.
I started February 19th.
Excellent. And you and tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was a stay-at-home mom, and then I joined It Works and 2 part-time jobs at the same time and didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want people to kind of know, a little bit about you. And so you went Ruby in your first 2 months of business and earned the Ruby bonus.
Sure did.
So can you kind of tell people what that looked like? What did you do to
Oh my God,
get your customers and get distributors?
Well, I had my party within my first week of business. That went amazingly well. I was really shocked. I invited everybody in my friends list. Like, I invited over 500 people, and I had 8 show up. I actually had to buy a box of wraps because I had 8 girls show up, and I made $200 cash. Whoop, whoop. Hey. And then this is my little party. Hey. Yeah, I had fun, and then I think they had fun. All of them signed up underneath me. One of them signed as a distributor just shortly after that. And then I started help building her. She got a distributor. I start help building that distributor. And like Stacy said, just building your Ruby chart.
So tell me what that looks like. So that sounds really easy. So tell me kind of like what you did to work your business. What did that look like? Were people just coming to you, or?
A few actually were coming to me. I was trying to come up with creative ideas for dropping Blitz cards. When I would go grocery shopping, I still drop Blitz cards in my grocery cart before I put it back into the putting your card away thing. I leave them up on billboards at places, little like billboards, little pin places. I ask people if I can leave them at their salons. When I see people post something about like, oh my gosh, I'm like not feeling good today, and I'll ask them kind of jokingly, have you had your greens today? Like, and then we'll start conversating, private messenger that way. I share my results and my experiences with everybody. I continue to post. If I'm not posting, then I'm private messaging people, following up with people, communicating, talking.
You couldn't even hear me. I muted myself.
I was like,
okay, so
I see your mouth moving, but I don't hear any voice.
I told you I'm not that technically advanced. So really quickly, Nicole. So, are you, just so that people understand? Are you following up with people all the time? Are you messaging people? Are you calling people?
Yes, I'm also. I have goals of. This may sound weird, but I have goals of how many friends I have on my Facebook. Because I go through my mutual friends with people, and I'll be like, hey, I'll have like 10 mutual friends. If they have 10 and under, I don't really push it. But if I have 10 mutual friends with somebody, I'll message them, or I'll actually add them. Then I'll message them. And I've actually gotten 2 customers that way.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so you're doing the work, basically, is what I wanted to get to. That's awesome. Yes. Thank you so much. Congratulations, because I know you're going diamond. So. Okay, Ty Hansen, where are you? Do you know how to unmute yourself? There you are. Oh, he blinked his video off, but
Okay, I'm back.
There we go. You're back.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So Ty, tell us when you started.
4:30 a.m. January 26th, 2016.
This is true. And so you went Ruby in your first 2 months of business. So tell people kind of what that looked like, and tell people a little bit about yourself. I don't have this written out, so tell people a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm a short, fat, tall, skinny guy. I'm terrified of really kind of afraid to even communicate with people. I try to hide in the closet. So no, the truth is I'm actually fairly outgoing. And I have a background in fitness, so I'm either working on that or I'm doing this, and this are actually incorporated, and that's how I got involved with It Works. Was somebody was talking to me about those wraps are fake, they don't work. Long story short, I agreed to do it. I did the before picture, I did the after picture. Before I did the after picture, I was neater. Proved you it didn't work. Compared the before and after, and it was like, holy crap on a cracker, this, I have to eat my words. And as my son would tell you, I ran in and out of the bathroom every 5 minutes to check my stomach, and it really worked. So it was like a great tool to help people with. What did it look like going Ruby? I kind of had a unique situation because I was with the company before. I left without getting into detail. I left and waited 90 days to come back in. And I was able to, I think, you correct me if I'm wrong, Stacy, I think I charted Ruby in like one day.
Yes, you did.
It was just a matter of plugging volume in, and that was where I kind of had a little bit of a problem. But I think the one thing I would tell people above and beyond anything is this is merely a number game. That's all it is. You want to succeed, you just got to talk to more people, period. End of story. There's nothing more. So many people are like, okay, I don't need to listen to this. I don't need to do that. Use your ears, stay plugged in, listen to them. I called her every day. I bugged the crap out of her. She's like probably had to change her number 3 or 4 times because I bug her all the time.
Yes. Ty, you're
So
like,
that's it. I mean,
okay. Yes. And so you were, and you still do, you constantly talk to people, offer it to people, or did it come to you?
Pardon me?
Or did it just come to you?
Oh, no. You got to work for it. I mean, let's be serious. It's not, this isn't a get rich quick. This isn't hard, but it isn't easy. So you're going to get out of what you put into it.
Yes. Ty, I'm going to stop you because you're like in slow motion again for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Grinning, and I don't know, I'm way ahead of you speaking, I think.
Yeah, you're cutting out. So you're in slow motion. But thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, Andrea Duncan, our next rock star. You want to unmute yourself for me, hun? There you go. Woohoo! Andrea, tell us when you started.
I started the last week of March.
The last week of March.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a stay-at-home mom. Well, my baby is now 14, but I'm the type of person, I walked away from a job before I even started It Works. I was sitting in that little cubicle and I was like, this is not me. I don't want to be here. I know that there's another way. You know, I just don't want to be here. So honestly, before I even started It Works, I knew that there was something else. So I really just walked away. So I guess you could say I'm the type of person that will take risks by any means. just to have my freedom. So, not that, I don't think that I'm like outgoing, but I'm very friendly, very shy when it comes to talking with people. A lot of people that know me wouldn't say that, but yeah, very shy.
I get that. So tell us how you went Ruby last month.
Yes.
In your first full month of business. And you're a rock star. I get the pleasure of meeting you for the first time in Phoenix. You went to the It Works U, and you live in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So tell us what that looked like for you. What did you do?
Honestly, from day one, when I first started, I was just excited. I was like, yes, I knew it was something out there for me. I was just excited to get going. And I just talked to everybody. I talked to everybody about it. I posted on Facebook. Listen to the mentors, listen to our upline, just kind of, took their guidance and just did everything they told me to do.
There you go. It's that easy, isn't it?
Yeah. And I have a minimum every day because I have so many people on my Facebook page. I have a minimum of reaching out to 30 people per day. And now I've added follow-up. I now follow up daily with at least 15 people per day.
And so, Andrea, I know you haven't been in for too long, so I'm going to pick on you a little bit. So I know you're not 20, you're only 29, right? So, and you've worked a real job, as people will say. So tell me how this compares to working a 9-to-5 job. Is it hard?
No, not at all. It is actually a lot simpler than people think. I mean, going to work, doing that, being there for 8 hours a day. I mean, you literally can work your business at home, in the car. I'm telling you, I'm at dinner, I'm working my business. I'm just free to work it as I want to. I do put a little bit more time than 8 hours a day. And that's only because right now, my goal is to duplicate as many rubies as I can. So I just work with my team. And working your business is, once you get a distributor, you want to work with that distributor. Don't just think because they know everything. You want to work with them. You want to, get on the same, just find out what it is they want. And if there's not a question that I can answer, I go to my upline and I talk to her and say, hey, this distributor wants this, that, and the other. How can we guide them in that direction? So we use our tools. So it's not like we have to know everything. It's like, just reach out to the people that's there for you. I mean, I'm not going to say easy. I'm not going to say that, but it's very, very simple and very, very doable. Yes, it absolutely is. So every day you're messaging people and reaching out to people. I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot on this. Can you give us an example of what you're reaching out to a friend on Facebook? What might you say to them? Okay, so I start planting seeds first, what we call planting seeds. So I'll go on their wall and I'll, hey girl, oh my gosh, your daughter's getting so big, or oh my gosh, I went there too, or oh my gosh, she reminds me so much of my granddaughter. And we kind of get that conversation going first. And then what I'll do is maybe several days later, I'll hit their inbox and I'll say, hey, I'm not sure if you paid attention to my wall, but I'm very excited. I'm into this thing that they call this crazy wrap thing. Have you ever tried it? Not have you ever heard of it, but have you ever tried it? And then they'll go, no, I haven't tried it, or I've heard of it, but I never tried it. Oh my God, this is something that you have to try. And I just kind of keep that excitement, just stay excited. And they'll be like, oh, well, I do want to try it. Or if they don't want to try it, oh, well, maybe not the wraps. I say, well, we have a bunch of other great products, the hair, skin, and nail. I'm actually on that, the greens, I'll just kind of share a couple of the products and just say, hey, everybody is big on this cleanse now. So when I say, oh, we got this amazing cleanse, they're like, cleanse? Wait a minute. Let me try that. So a lot of people, once you kind of put out there what we have. And I don't talk too much. I'm sorry. This is not everything that I say in one post.
I get that.
But, as, I'm getting the feedback, I just kind of, answer the questions. But basically it's, have you tried it? Have you tried it? And that's pretty much how I start that. If it's somebody, like if I'm following up and if it's somebody that either liked the post or said that they were interested but have not yet become a loyal customer, I'll say, hey girl, I have 2 spots available for the stretch mark cream. You want to grab that spot, or, let me go ahead and get that going for you. And that works too.
Yes, it does. And you guys, one of the reasons I saved Andrea for last, I only got to really spend a few hours with her a couple weeks ago in Phoenix, but it's her enthusiasm, and she reminds me a lot of me when I started, because she just doesn't care. She's out there telling people, and she's sharing that enthusiasm, and that enthusiasm is what attracts people. It's, I don't care if you're brand new, it's the confidence in these products, whether you've used a bunch of them or not, and it's the confidence in knowing you have a great opportunity in your hands. And that is literally what sells people. They have to buy you before they buy your product. And consistency is key too, because they have to see that you're committed to something and excited about it before they are going to dive in with you. If you were just like, oh my gosh, like Andrea just was saying, and Nicole's done the same thing, and I've heard Ty do it too. I can see Kim and Nicole waving at each other. That's her and her mother. Hi, Kim. I see, all 3 of them have a certain enthusiasm about them, and they're just telling people about it because they are super excited. And I'm just telling you guys, watch these guys, because they're going diamond. They're on a mission, and everybody comes from different backgrounds. They all live in different places. Everybody works their business kind of the same, but different. So I hope that you pulled away some really good tips from listening to these new distributors. We have a ton on our team that have gone Ruby really quickly, and I actually want to start highlighting them every couple weeks or so. We're going to talk to some other people so that you guys can get some more great tips. Is there anything that Andrea, Ty, or Nicole, is there anything that you want to add that you're like, oh, I wish I'd have said that? Anybody?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Better, or is it slow motion?
Right now it's good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just plug in, and plug into your leaders. Every day it's all numbers.
Yes, it is. The more people you talk to. That's awesome. Nicole, did you have something to say too?
Following up, and at the beginning, I thought that I needed to know everything, and Stacy kept telling me, you don't need to know everything. It'll come with time. It'll come with time. And I even felt that with my group and my distributors underneath me. They were like, what do I do? What do I do? And I'd tell them, hold on, give me a second. Just wait a minute. I will find out what we need to do. And we'll learn this together. And that's what's really cool, is because you can jump into this not knowing a single thing and learn so much, and your relationships with people grow and blossom, your trust with people. It also helps that you have such a great product that works to be able to sell and promote, and I use it daily and I absolutely freaking love it.
There you go. Awesome. Andrea?
I just say, you mentioned it before, but consistency, just being consistent. Don't think that you can post once or twice on your Facebook page and think that your inbox is about to start blowing up. Just be consistent. Just be consistent. And follow up.
Yes. Consistency and follow up. One of the, I get a lot of people that will inbox me or text me and say, this just isn't working. Nobody's liking my post. Nobody's saying anything to me. Nobody's interested. None of my friends want this. I don't know about you guys, but, for those of you that did grow really quickly, you probably were like me and you don't believe that because it's the consistency thing. if I go and stalk somebody's Facebook page and they're one of these people that have been telling me nobody wants this, nobody is interested, all my friends are broke, they've posted like maybe 2 things in the last 10 days about It Works. It's consistency. Not all your friends see every one of your posts. Otherwise, we'd have, you know, if you have 200 friends, you'd have 200 likes on your post, right? It doesn't matter. The other thing that I encourage you guys to do is to not share other distributors' posts. If it's your upline, you know, or whatever, that's different as long as you trust them. But don't share other distributors' posts because you don't want that person. You don't want your friends going back to that other person and saying, oh, well, you know, well, I didn't realize that Andrea was a distributor. I thought she was just sharing Stacy was a distributor. So copy paste as much as possible. And make it your own, you know, give it your own flair. Hopefully you guys learned something from this, and I'm sorry I haven't done too many Zooms yet.
Can I say one?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, one thing, and you just hit on a really huge, and when you start going, nobody's liking my page and nobody's paying attention to me, like you were just talking about, you've already developed a negative attitude, so you need to change it. You need to get in the mirror, wake up, slap yourself in the face, do whatever you got to do, pull your foot out of your butt, and change your attitude, because that's what you're going to portray to everybody else. Don't do that. You won't win.
I agree totally, 100%.
I also believe that. Sorry. I also believe that your team too. If it wasn't for my team, I mean, I seriously, honestly, hands down, if it wasn't for my team, I wouldn't have gone Ruby. I had to work closely with my team and building with them, helping them build to get me to Ruby. So if it wasn't for my team, I mean, I thank them all the time. I also try to lift them up when they're down because I've been there. I know. So it's not only lifting other people up, it's also lifting your team up and building your team.
Yes, and that's what we do all the way to the top. I mean, that is literally what it's about is, you know, you can't really succeed in this business if you don't have a successful team. And if you guys, you know, maybe there's some new distributors on here that you want to make money, but maybe you're afraid to bring in team members, don't be. That's how you're going to make the money. That is how you're going to make the big bucks. And it is possible. I mean, I know hundreds and hundreds of people that make really, really, really good incomes, maybe 1,000 people that I just personally know. So the biggest thing in this is, yes, you have to have a positive attitude. And number 2, you need belief. And if you don't have that belief, look to who sponsored you because they believe in you. Look to your uplines because they believe in you. And sometimes that's what you need is somebody to believe in you before you believe in yourself. And, you know, we are all in this together, and everybody on the Zoom is capable of big, big success. It's just a matter of, just like they all reiterated for us, being consistent, being positive, believing, and using your enthusiasm and helping other people. This business is all about helping other people, whether it's, you know, for their health or for their wealth. That's what we're in this business to do.
Hey, Stacy, it's Michelle.
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
Michelle. I just want to add something really quick too, you guys. It's something that happened to me. One of my very best friends in the entire world, him and his wife are very good couple friends, blocked me on Facebook, and then proceeded to announce it to the world that my posts were annoying and whatnot. And that just drove me. And after that happened, I went diamond in 60 days after he blocked me. I was so ready to prove him wrong. So if somebody blocks you or says you're annoying, oh, well, you know what? He's still a good friend. He still comes and hangs out at the house, but he's not paying my bills. He's not taking dreams off the board. So don't get discouraged if that happens. It happens to all of us. I guarantee you it's happened to Joel and Stephanie Dunn. I guarantee you it's happened to Denise Walsh and Cammie Dempsey. But you know what? They're all 3 black diamonds now. And if they would have stopped, and also Cammie, you know, I don't know if a lot of you are new, you don't know this, Cammie Dempsey, it took her 6 months to find her first distributor. What if she would have stopped? She never would have been black diamond. So don't get discouraged, guys, because it's going to happen. You're going to have people quit. You're going to have people tell you you're crazy, but the crazy ones are the ones that go to the top.
That's right. That's us. That's us on the Zoom call right now. And that was Diamond Leader, soon to be Double Diamond, Michelle Holmberg. She is in Arizona, and she hosted our awesome It Works You after party at her house. If you saw pictures of me on Facebook with my toes by the pool, that was her house. Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome, hon.
But we have a team there are some amazing leaders on this team. And you guys, there's all different ages of leaders on this team. And, learn from them. Everybody has something to learn. Everybody has something that you can pull from and learn from, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm making sense. Anyways, is there any last thoughts before we hang up on this one and I'll get them uploaded and so we can watch later? Anybody have any thoughts?
Plant seeds.
Plant seeds. Yes. Very important.
Even if they don't, like right now, I still have people that like finally like last week got a hold of me that I've been bugging since like the beginning when I very first started. And it's really funny because they'll private message me and be like, hey, are you still selling that It Works stuff? And I was like, oh, well, yeah. When they were talking to somebody from like Beachbody or something like that. And they went from me.
And I'll bounce off on that. One of the distributors I signed up last month reached out to me first 14 months ago and said he wanted to sign up. Did it. I bet your booty. I followed up with him every month, every time there was a distributor BOGO, everything, whatever, never. And then one day out of the blue, before I could message him that month, he messaged me and said, okay, woke up this morning and decided today's the day. So don't give up. I tell my team now, they're like, oh, nobody's calling me back. Nobody's answering. I'm like, well, how long have you been following up with them? 2 weeks. Nope. You can't complain to me till it's been a year.
Here's something funny. Nicole, I actually met at one of my very first parties, probably over 4 years ago. And, she's not really somebody that I followed up with. I added her on Facebook from that party. But she was watching me, obviously, and just messaged me out of the blue one day, hey, I think I want to join your team. I really should have done this 4 years ago when I met you, and I had to go back and look and see who she was, and I was like, oh, yeah, I met her at Crystal's party. I remember her. So don't ever, I'm still, 4.5 years later, I still get people from my warm market. So don't give up and don't think that everybody is laughing at you, because they're not. They're curious. So create that adventure online that they can see and make them want to join you. Some people it might be tomorrow and some people it might be in 5 years. Just don't give up. That's the only way you can fail in this business is by not working it. So you guys, I hope you have a really good night and I hope you gain something from this. This is my favorite part of the new distributor Zoom. And we will do this again. If anybody on here knows of anybody on their team that went Ruby really fast, shout it out to me so that we can get them highlighted and hear from them. And I can guarantee you all of them are doing the same thing. I just want you to hear it from somebody besides your leaders, your diamond uplines, because sometimes I think you guys don't believe us. Anyways, you guys have a good night. June is going to be epic. If anybody has any questions that we didn't cover, feel free to inbox me or comment in the event or whatever. And you guys, let's just crush June. Okay, June is ours. Let's do this. And we're going to make for lots of rubies. Okay, guys, have a good night. Yeah. Have a good night, guys.